What's up YouTube? Damn, Zephyr Wargames. Sorry it's been so long again, guys. It's so difficult trying to juggle some of these decks together. And then it's obviously, right now, it's hard to whether you build for the American decks out there, including set 4, or whether you build for the UK audience. So I've done a bit of both. This is Tournament of Power Kale. Now I will say, suggestions that if this is the American version, of course you do. It would be silly not to play the Desperate Odds Khalifa card promo from Dash Pack 4. But for now, this is pure top and pure set all the way up to top. So we'll go through the leader first, and of course we'll go with the Unawakened side of Kale. When this card attacks the leader card, draw 1 card. When your life is 4 or less, you may choose up to 2 of your energy, switch them to active mode, and flip this card over. So the flipped over side of the female Broly, which is badass. Permanent. If Khalifa is in your play in your battle area, you don't have to place cards from your hand into the drop area as a result of this card's skill. When this card attacks, draw 1 card, then place 1 card from your hand into the drop area, and your opponent places 1 card from their hand into the drop area. So the whole idea of this deck is to get Khalifa on board as soon as you can, and then when you awaken into Lady of Destruction Kale, you're not ditching from your hand, it's doing what Broly does, ditching from your opponent's hand, plus drawing a card, so it's very, very powerful. I've gone with a bit more of an aggro version of this deck. Alternatively, by doing so, I've dropped 2 Time Kickers, 1 green Hidden Awakening Kale, and 1 Dauntless Kale, and I'll explain why as we go through. So we start off with our power plays of 2 Relentless, let me try and zoom out a bit, there we go, 2 Relentless Super Saiyan Kale. This is your boss monster of the deck. It evolves of a 4 cost, 3 red and 1 normal. Now I believe, if I've read Cabot correctly, while this card is in play in your battle, decrease the energy cost and specified green cost of Khalifa and Kale in your hand by 1. So it will turn Kale into a red free drop, which is very, very powerful. It's got double strike, and when a card evolves into this card, choose all battle cards with 25 or less power other than this card on your or your Khalifa and KO them. So it's a massive, massive board wipe. And if you've got your Khalifa on board, you don't worry about anything else, because then you'll get rid of your Cabba, but that's fine, because then you play another Cabba, you can hopefully push your plays further forward. So it's very, very good. It's a nice little board wipe. You attack with your Cabba, do whatever you need to do, and then bring out Kale, nuke the board, and off you go. Now, if you want to play 4 of these, by all means do so. The reason I'm not playing 4 of these is because I'm playing 2 Universe 7 Saiyan Prince Vegeta. Now, the reason I'm playing 2 of this card is busted. When you play this card from your hand, if your leader card is red, choose up to 1 of your other Saiyan battle cards, which all Khalifa, Kale, and Cabba are. So it doesn't have to be red or green, so you can choose any colour. In play with your battle, which is Universe 6 or 7, switch it to active mode. Both that card and this card gain plus 10,000 power and triple strike. So imagine this, right? You'll have to have quite a bit of energy, or you awaken partway through to restand. But you play Kale with Cabba on board. Cabba then obviously gets nuked, so you play this for 3 red energy. If you then have the ability to play 5 red energy, you play Prince Vegeta, restand your Kale. Kale goes up to 35,000, and it's doing triple strike. And then of course you've got a 30,000 Vegeta that's going to do triple strike as well. So it's massive, massive aggro, 6 damage, just like that. The 1/4C in here, you can play more if you want, but because we're playing so many power cards up here that are going to require you to tap out your 5 energy or 3 energy. In Kale's example, 1 is more than enough. You rip out the big cards from your opponent's hand, their super combos and stuff like that, and push your plays further forward. We've then got, because Khalifa is so important, 4 bold Super Saiyan 2 Khalifa, evolve cost of 3 off of a Khalifa. When you play this card, look at up to 7 cards on the top of your deck, choose up to 1 Universe 6 with 15 or less power among them and play it. So the whole idea is you combo off exactly like the Khalifa build, is you go the 2-drop green Cabba, you go into the bold Super Saiyan Khalifa, she then searches you out a Kale, either your Dauntless Kale or one of the other ones, and plays it. Or of course she can bring out this one here, which is Sister Attack Super Saiyan Khalifa. Now I really want to play this at 4, I can't find my 4th copy, so when I do, I would drop out one of these Cabbas and drop this down to 3, because unlike Khalifa, Kale doesn't have the ability to self-awaken. So when you play this card, if your leader card is a red Saiyan, which it is, you choose 1 card in your life and add it to your hand, and if you do so, this gains plus 5k and double strike. So it's just an additional self-awakening ability. So until I find the 4th one of that, We are playing 4 Impeccable Super Saiyan Kaba. This is just really cool because your leader card is a Red Saiyan. It gains plus 5k for the duration of the turn when it attacks. And it can attack battle cards in active mode, so it's a 20k beater. It can push through your opponent's walls. We've then got 4 sister attack Saiyan Kale Khalifa. I'm going to keep bouncing around. When it attacks, if another Universe 6 is in play in your battlefield, which 9 times out of 10 it will be, you draw 1 card and it gains 5k, so it goes up to 15k base, and you're drawing cards from it as well. 3 Dauntless Kale. Yes, obviously the whole idea is to have Khalifa in your battle area, but obviously in the Khalifa version, you're always going to have a Khalifa in play because it will be your leader, so you can always play this. So I've dropped it down by 1 because it's not as consistent in this version as it is in the Khalifa version. 4, of course, 1-drop Kaba Universe Meditator. Of course, when you play this card, look at top 3 cards and choose a Universe 6 among them and add it to your hand. So it's a nice little deck thinner and search it when you need it. And then for our super combos, you've got 4 Union Attack, Botomo and Magita. Again, this is when your life is 5 or less, plus 10k, draw a card. So very, very good on that one. The greens, so for the greens, we've got triple Hidden Awakening Kale. 4 Unstoppable Ambition Super Saiyan Khalifa, obviously another way to self-awaken. 4 Saiyan Teamwork Kaba. This can be made more budget if you want. If you want to, you can take out the entire green engine, bump up your red engine, put more hits in if you want to, put some of the lower reds in as well, so you can make it cheaper should you wish. And then of course we've got 4 Trunks Bridge to the Future. Obviously this is just to help search you out your Saiyans, which the majority of this is, but of course it's easy green fodder for your Kappa plays as well. 2 Time Kickers and 2 Scientist Fu for your additional draw, double strike, and basically overall game winner. Like Fu wins you games hands down. The double strike plus 2 is just incredibly powerful. And then if you're doing that on top of making a Kale, you've nuked your opponent's board, so they've got no monsters on the board or battle cards on the board standing in your way. You then get to push through with your Kale, so they've got to block a 25 double strike. They've then got to block any of the Khalifas you've got on board, so that can then cause them more issues if they're a double striker or if they're a single striker. And then you're bringing out another double striker in in Fu, and then Fu can then obviously do additional damage, or of course you can just combo all out and win the game from there. But that is it for the Kale deck profile. I hope this has helped. I hope this has given an idea on your own version. It works both well for the UK market and of course the American market, and it's very, very good and consistent in the fact that once you get into your Saiyan Teamwork Kaba, because it's not colour specific what it brings out from your deck, as soon as you hit a Khalifa, boom, you're bringing a Khalifa out for free. Ideally you want to hit the Hollow Khalifa, because then the Hollow Khalifa, Bold Super Saiyan 2 Khalifa, is then going to push out another Kale. So from a 2-drop, you've ended up getting 3 cards on board. Very, very powerful, very, very useful. Anyway, that is it for the profile. I hope this helps. I hope this has given you a couple of ideas on your own build. By all means, chuck it together, net deck it. Ugh, I can't even speak this morning. Play it around, see how it goes, and make your own changes. Let us know what you think in the comments below and any changes you would make. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and as always, guys, happy battling.